Let's bring you the news update at this time. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control has reported 48 new cases of COVID-19, taking the country's total number of confirmed cases to 168,915. This does not include data from Lagos State. Under recorded 14 new infections, followed by Oyo with 10 new cases. Gombe and the Federal Capital Territory recorded 6 and 5 new infections respectively, while Delta, Ekiti and Rivers States recorded 3 new cases each. So far, 164,652 people have been discharged, while 2,125 people have died from COVID-19 complications. To legislative matters now, the long-awaited report on the Electoral Act Amendment Bill has been laid at the National Assembly. During the presentation on Wednesday, President of the Senate Ahmed Lawan denied claims that the report of the committees of INEC in both chambers had been tampered with. Senator Lawan says those accusing the National Assembly are not only misinformed but mischievous. He insists this will be the first time the report will be laid before the upper legislative house. The President of the Senate added that anyone who feels otherwise should prove their claim, as he encouraged them to engage lawmakers to know the true status of the bill.
Some of those accusing the leadership of the National Assembly are misinformed, innocent. Some are simply mischievous and rabble-rousers. This is the first time this report is laid here, and this report of the committee. This is the decision of the committee on INEC, and therefore whatever will be discussed or considered about the Electoral Act Amendment Bill will be on the basis of what has been presented to the Senate here.
To other matters now, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has launched a mobile application to enhance the reporting of economic and financial crimes. Chairman of the Commission, Abdul Rashid Bawa, revealed that the application eliminates the direct person-to-person interference in the reporting process and guarantees anonymity, which is important in an efficient whistleblower policy. Celestina Area reports.
Corruption aggravates income inequalities and poverty. Those who benefit from bribery, kickbacks, and preferential deals are not likely to be among the poorest. Corruption adversely affects economic growth as it acts as an additional tax on enterprises, raises costs, reduces incentives to invest, and causes an economic misallocation of resources. Transparency International disclosed that Nigeria ranked 149 on Corruption Perception Index 2020 out of 183 countries. Nigerians scored 25 out of 100 points in the 2020 CPI, falling back by 1 point compared to 2019. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has upped its game by employing mobile technology in the fight against corruption. Today, the Commission has launched a mobile application called Eagle Eye. The application will allow Nigerians and other whistleblowers report financial crimes without fear of revealing their identity and becoming possible targets of attacks or persecution.
The Eagle Eye presents a new experience in information sharing and crime reporting between the public and the EFCC. Apart from complementing the existing channels of reporting economic crimes, the unique advantage of this application is that it eliminates direct person-to-person interface in the reporting process and guarantee anonymity, which is an added incentive to effective whistleblowing.
With the Eagle Eye, Nigerians and non-Nigerians can easily take a picture of a property suspected to have been fraudulently obtained and report it seamlessly through the app, or can flag anyone they suspect is living above his or her income. The application is available on iOS and Google Play Store for free. The ease of reporting financial crime has been brought to the doorstep of Nigerians through the use of their mobile phones. As the saying goes, you see something, you say something. The fight against corruption is not the sole responsibility of the government, but a collective responsibility of all. Celestina Iria, TVC News, Abuja.
Police say more clues are being unraveled into the murder of Super TV CEO Usifo Ataga. Commissioner of Police, Lagos Command, Hakim Odumosu, revealed that more suspects have been apprehended. Senior correspondent IMV Kanu reports.
It was a rainy day, but that did not deter the police as they had over 1,000 suspects at the command headquarters.
That's a plastic one. Is that who will see this in darkness? In the daytime, I will not say it's a gun.
Police say some of them were picked up during a raid at some criminal hideouts across the state. Betiga journalists wanted updates to one of the most talked about cases, and that was the case of late Usifo Ataga.
Chidima is under investigation, and once under investigation now, we don't want to say anything that jeopardize the investigation. I only tell the members of the public that Chidima, so investigation into her case is progressing progressively because other suspects have been apprehended. We are working in conjunction with Justice Ministry. So be rest assured that we are not covering Chidima, we are not covering anybody. We will be able to establish conspiracy in that case, and we are working towards that.
Not done, journalists wanted him to also address the recent video that emerged where the prime suspect, Chidima Ebuchu, was being interviewed.
The video was recorded the third day after she was arrested. Not a recent one at all. So the job brought it out now. But we were saying that, Chidima, they saw her, and we portraying her as a celebrity. So having this, having that one now, for God's sake, as a suspect, fundamental human rights still exist under the concern of the country.
The commissioner's response may not end the controversy, but this parade couldn't have ended without the police boss giving an update on the incident at the Ladipo market on Tuesday.
No single life was lost. 3 people were injured. As of now, the 3 of them are recuperating in hospital. And we have launched investigation into this. So the military personnel that went there, the vehicle that went there now, in conjunction with military, we are doing that. So that officer, they came from the Air Force arm of the military. And I'm in touch with the commander of the Air Force, so at Ikeja.
Between May and the 13th of June, the command arrested a total of 66 armed robbery suspects and 1,320 miscreants. 46 armed robbery incidents were foiled, and they handled 47 murder cases. Ivy Kano, TVC News, Lagos.
The push to restore the Ogoni land is still on, with the government creating ways to advance the cleanup project. One of the measures is the shoreline cleanup assessment project, which will be done through 3 phases within a 6-month timeline. Kemi Balogun reports.
The massive exploration of oil and gas in the Niger Delta has resulted in land degradation, which in turn has affected the normal livelihoods of residents within the areas affected. The Ogoni land has been the front-runner for the cleanup program test that was initiated by the federal government in 2016. The Minister of Environment says that the government is not relenting in its efforts to ensure that the land restoration cleanup remains priority.
The project is not so much just cleaning up, but also about restoring the livelihood of the people of that area that have been without good drinking water, without good soil for agriculture. But the high prep, after so many years of saying we will by previous administrations.
Part of the measures highlighted to take place is the shoreline cleanup assessment that will be driven by accurate planning, decision-making and implementation of the restoration program over a 3-phase process.
The selected technique will ensure environmental benefit for both flora and fauna to be achieved. That means plants and animals. The proposed size for the SCAT is 1,000 hectares along the shoreline of creeks and rivers, and is categorized into 3 phases.
About $1 billion is being contributed by international oil companies to fund the restoration project for 69 lots, and out of these, 21 lots have already been remediated. The cleanup project kick-started after the recommendations by United Nations Environment Programme made in August 2011 to the Nigerian government that the oil and gas industry and communities need to begin a comprehensive cleanup of the Ogoni land.